Hello, I'm Dr. Tom Loeb, founder of Regeneveda. Many of our patients come to us complaining of brain fog or fuzzy thinking, inability to concentrate and focus on their job, their family, things that are important to them in their daily life, and they wonder what's going on. Well, at Regeneveda, we take a comprehensive approach and help you figure out exactly what the problem is. It could simply be a hormone deficiency or nutritional imbalance. It could be just stress, overwork, perhaps some medications that your physician has prescribed, or things that you take for recreation. It's really a complex problem that takes a bit of sorting out. But once we understand exactly what the cause is, we have a remedy. One of the main things we like to focus on is a program that we call brain restoration therapy. This therapy consists primarily of altering your brain chemistry using nutrients that are native to your body in the first place and that you should have in appropriate working order. The prime ingredient to our brain restoration therapy is a molecule called nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. This is part of your energy cycle, the cycle that works in the mitochondria to produce cellular energy, and is in charge of and facilitates a number of various important functions within the brain. Certainly, primarily, this helps us focus on energy production, which is important for your metabolism, to make sure that the brain is getting the energy that it needs to do all the functions for the thinking and challenges that come during the course of a normal busy day. It also becomes important for repair of the brain, primarily repairing your DNA. So in the course of normal wear and tear, DNA fragments and becomes distorted, and the process of the body is to repair this. And if you don't have an adequate store of NAD, then this process can't repair in an appropriate way, and so you end up with broken parts in the brain, essentially not doing their job. Even though we think that we're given a blueprint at birth in our normal genes, there's different ways that these genes are expressed. There's a whole science that is devoted to understanding how a gene goes down one pathway or another, and the NAD that's in your brain becomes a critical factor in helping determine how the genes are expressed in terms of brain function. And when your brain is challenged and overworked, this doesn't happen the way it's supposed to, and you end up with fuzzy thinking. Well, it's also important for cell signaling, and the signaling is when the cells talk to one another. They communicate with each other and help you understand, for example, if you have a painful stimulus to your finger, that goes up to your brain. The brain does a job and says, hey, you better remove your hand, so you get your finger away from the stimulus. These are cells talking to one another in a predictable pattern, and your reflexes aren't as quick, frankly, and you don't think as quickly, you don't react as quickly if these signals don't work properly. And the NAD is a cofactor in allowing the signaling to occur in a normal fashion. Similarly, nerves transmit their signals through neurotransmitters. At the end of the nerves, these little bubbles or vesicles contain certain neurotransmitters, dopamine, serotonin, acetylcholine, and so forth, that you have heard that affect your brain chemistry and how the brain thinks and how it functions. These are simply ways for the nerves to talk to one another, and the NAD is important in the production of neurotransmitters so that that function happens the way it's supposed to. And finally, enzyme activity in the brain to clean things up and to help with cellular functioning and metabolism in a normal way. And if these things don't work because your NAD is depleted, as can occur through medications or through substance abuse or alcohol or addiction or daily stress or just the aging process, exposure to toxins in the environment, and so on and so forth, then your body needs help and your brain needs help. And this is a very important form of therapy that we administer in the office. And typically, if you're just an overworked executive, you might need just a day of this therapy every few months just to help reset the brain, essentially, and restore the energy patterns. Each treatment lasts about 6 or 7 hours in the office through an intravenous route. We slowly infuse the NAD plus a number of other amino acids and nutrients that are important to restore your brain's energy and function. If we do a serious detox for, say, alcoholism or some other substance, we actually do this 10 days consecutively in a row, so it's a fairly major commitment time-wise on your part. But we're serious about helping you clear the brain, and we find that this is a highly effective therapy. So consider that we can help you, and come talk to us at Regeneveda and let us improve your life and just get rid of that fuzzy thinking.